What is your American dream?
My American dream is to be great.
My American dream is to be a singer.
My American dream is to own a company.
My American dream is to be able to say whatever I want to say.
My American dream is to become a famous rapper.
My American dream is world peace.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Okay. These look ridiculous. I gotta fix this. I know what to do. I gotta remedy this situation. Jill and her David Hasselhoff obsession. It's just old news nowadays. No more Hoff. It's time for a new crush for Jill. And I'm just the guy for her. All right, Mr. David Hasselhoff, Knight Rider. Okay, time for you to get covered up by the new flavor of the year. Keanu Reeves. Perfect! Okay, Mr. Baywatch Hasselhoff, yeah, you're in really good shape. And yes, your chest hair is impeccably manscaped, I'll give you that. However, the king of surfing is Keanu Reeves, as I discovered after I watched Point Break and tried my hand at surfing. Paddling out, I saw this. You paddle out, paddling, paddling. Wow! So your time is up, Hasselhoff. Time for Reeves to move in. Now that's what I'm talking about. If Jill's gonna have a crush on anyone, it should be Keanu Reeves. Oh, there's Patrick Swayze. He's amazing as well. Oh, rest in peace. My work here is done. Ha ha ha. Jill's gonna love this.
Okay, Brad, I'll get right on that. Hey, Sam.
Jill, look what I did. Look what I did.
Sam, what have you done? You've covered up my David Hasselhoff posters.
It's time for you to get over your David Hasselhoff crush. We all know Keanu Reeves is who everyone's talking about now, so I figured I'd get you, up to 2019 and have you like somebody who's not like from the 1980s. You know what I mean?
Come on, Sam. Yeah, Keanu's great, but David Hasselhoff, he's the man.
Listen, Jill, Keanu is amazing. Think of all the things he's been in. He was in The Matrix. He was in Lake House. He was in, of course, Point Break. He was in Speed, The Replacements. He was in The Devil's Advocate. He was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I get it. Awesome, but, we all have our taste.
And of course, he's in John Wick. What else would you ever look for in anybody?
All right, we're going to leave Keanu up for now. It's good to switch it up. I understand. You've got a thing for Keanu, and I totally get it. Just remember, I'm always going to carry a soft spot in my heart for David Hasselhoff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jill, just get over it. Humor me.
John Wick. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Oh, my.
She really needs to lighten up, that Jill. She's going to like this and thank me later when she wraps her brain around it. Anyway, did you miss Friday's episode of Brad Show Live? Well, in case you did, we did a summer pop-up show, and Brad answered all the immigration questions that we haven't had time to answer because so many people are asking questions. It was amazing. Now is the time you have all been waiting for. It's time for Brad Show Live, starring Brad Bernstein with co-host Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. Enjoy! Don't worry, Keanu, you're here to stay. No way am I going to let Jill take you down. You're my hero, Keanu.
It's Monday. We all survived the weekend here in New York. It was hot, hot, hot.
Yes, it was.
It was. Belgium Kim, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. Were you hot this weekend?
I was hot.
What was so hot this weekend? What did you do that was so hot this weekend, Jonathan?
Oh no, the weather was hot.
Oh, I thought I was asking if you were hot this weekend, Jonathan.
No.
Belgium kid, maybe you can answer the question. Were you hot this weekend?
I was hot this weekend, Brad.
You were.
I got my nails done.
Yes, what else?
I got my hair done.
Yeah, what else?
And while that was happening,
Yes.
my boyfriend cleaned our entire house.
That is hot.
That is hot.
Did he do it like in his boxers or something, you know?
Because it was so hot, I bet he had to, Brad. Stop. No.
I just like to know personal things.
No, yeah.
Jonathan, were you cleaning in your boxers this
I
weekend?
definitely wasn't. I was going to a lot of parties though. So
Really?
yes.
Well, I wonder what everybody did to stay cool. I actually stayed inside, to tell you the truth. It was too hot.
Oh, yeah.
I walked outside a few blocks. It was just way too hot.
Way too much.
And even, you know what? I was thinking, you know what? Maybe I should go to the beach. And then I was saying, it's even too hot to be at the beach.
I almost went to the beach.
I would die at the beach.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think
unless I'm going to sit in the ocean the whole time.
Right. I don't know. I mean, at the beach, because there's always some kind of a little bit of breeze, you know, from the water.
I don't know. I just didn't feel it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bake at the beach. I'm going to be
Totally.
I'm going inside air conditioning.
Well, and didn't de Blasio say that the whole heat advisory thing, like it was unsafe for you to be out for longer than 20 minutes at a time?
I don't know if de Blasio.
That makes sense.
Shoot. He's too busy campaigning in Iowa for 6 votes. I can't believe anything he's telling us right now. He doesn't even know how hot it is. He hasn't been in New York in 6 months.
I saw a little. I think it was obviously a fake little article, but it said NYPD is asking all crimes to be stopped until after summer.
You know,
I think that was real. Actually, that was real.
The NYPD did not. However, we will be talking about someone who
really?
did.
Oh, wasn't the NYPD?
It was not the NYPD.
I saw something about that.
I saw something about
that. Yeah, I saw something about that.
It said it was NYPD.
Yeah, like the cops are like, I don't want to go outside and arrest anybody. It's just too damn hot.
Right.
I mean, can you
blame them? No, I don't blame them.
Meanwhile, Julian saying, squad up peeps. I wonder if Julian is in Jamaica right now. She's flying the Jamaican flag. Is she just saying squad up to her Jamaican friends, or squad up and she's giving her location?
Ooh.
I don't know.
She just represent.
That's what I said. I don't know if she's representing or she's giving locale.
I think it's representing.
Nobody's like, hi, I'm Kim and I'm in this country right now.
Well, no, maybe she's just like on she doesn't live there all the time, maybe, but maybe she's just visiting there.
God, that's like a lot of narrative out of one emoji, though.
Right.
You got it. You know what? I think through everything.
You really do.
I really do. And sometimes I don't know. Do you know the meaning of every emoji?
No, not the real meaning.
And some emojis have more than one meaning.
That's right. Sometimes I get an emoji and I'm like, what does that mean?
Oh, what is like the last emoji you received that you weren't sure what it meant?
The smirk face. Oh, because I didn't know if I didn't know if the smirk face was.
It could be different.
It could mean a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Right. It could mean, and I looked it up because I'm like, what does this person mean? It could be a flirtation thing.
Right.
But it could be just I'm making a smirk, like you just said something dumb.
Right. Like I'm annoyed with you.
I'm annoyed with you. So I'm like, I don't know. Are they flirting with me, or did I just say something really stupid?
Ooh.
Well, I don't think they really put the smirk for anything stupid. It's either they're flirting with you or they're just like, You know, it could be a little petty.
Right, see, that's the thing. It's like a petty annoyance type of situation, and you don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
And I guess it depends on who it's coming from.
You know what I did find out? You know the praying emojis?
Oh, it's a high five.
It's not really praying.
It's a high five.
Praying, I thought was thank you.
No, it's a high five.
Well, I guess high five could be a thank you then.
Right.
I always took it as thank you. Whenever I gave a praying, I was saying it as
right,
thank
but they're not praying hands.
It's actually a high five.
They're high fives.
Look at that.
Really?
Look at that. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Who would have thunk it?
I did not thunk it.
I didn't thunk it either.
I didn't thunk it either.
Although that kind of raises the question, now that they have made them more inclusive with the skin tones, I feel like it would be nice then if they are just high fives and two different people's hands, they should make them interracial.
There you go.
I'm just saying, if we're going
you know what, Belgian Kim, you're 100% right.
That is very
because
true.
right now I can't high five Yo-Yo.
Right.
Exactly.
An emoji, right?
Exactly.
Somebody would be wrong.
Right.
Exactly.
Unless you come back from the beach.
Or unless we're both yellow and we just decide we're not going to be any color.
Right. My boyfriend and I can't get married. We can't get emoji married.
Yeah, that's right. Meanwhile, let's say hello to Angela Barrett, Jessica Levy, Carol Anderson the Tiger, Tamika Nelson, Squad Up, Kennedy Roy, Sophia, who else we have here? Sophia Gray, Oscar Cruz is saying squad up. And Christy Consali popping in. Lisa Bling Rose. Marge Higgs. Marjorie Thompson. And I said Angela Barrett already. Anna Nicole says, love the hair, Kim.
Anna Nicole.
I think I stole comment of the day. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's A-okay.
But Anna Nicole love. It may also be comment of the day as well, right?
Yeah,
we may bring it back twice. Dion Reed, how are you? Evangelist Maureen Gordon Ledford saying hello. Lolith Platt. We have a lot of people saying hello today. Sankey White. She also thought it was praying.
Yeah.
A lot of people
thought it was praying. How sure are you that that's a high five?
Very.
Are you 100%?
Yeah.
Or is that fake news?
No, it's actual real news.
Real news.
The poop emoji started off as chocolate ice cream.
It's chocolate ice cream. It's not really poop.
It's not poop.
That's poop.
It's not poop.
It's chocolate ice cream.
Chocolate ice cream.
Sexy Shan Myers, how are you? Jean Love. Change name saying hello. Carol the Top Cat Tigress 2 Anderson saying hello to everybody on YouTube. Utkar Ralmatulev. Utkar Ramlatulev saying hello. Shelly Benson saying hey Brad. Tally popping in there. And let's see, Jacqueline Martinez asking a question. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Patrina Shake saying hi squad, all the way up from Poughkeepsie, New York.
Yeah, and it's Donald Houghton's daughter's
And Donald Horton's daughter's birthday today.
Correct.
Do you want to say happy birthday?
Say okay, Brad. Happy birthday to Donald Houghton's daughter, Brittany.
Well, we're both getting instructions in our ears. I
just read it, and you were getting
instructions in my ear.
Because I didn't hear it. I just read it.
So we both said it at the same exact moment. All right. So meanwhile, we got a new member in the Brad Squad spotlight. It is Shio Dobin. Shio Dobin. Shio is from Guyana. And she now lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The capital, is that the beer capital of the United States of America?
Milwaukee, is it?
Milwaukee, I believe so. Yeah, Hops and Pepper Incorporated. Shio's favorite pastime is to spend time with her 3 beautiful granddaughters. And one fun fact about it. Double check that. I believe Milwaukee is the beer capital.
That's exactly what I'm looking.
One fun fact about Shio.
Of the world.
Is it of the world?
It's of the world.
Oh, I don't know if it's of the world, but it's certainly of the United States of America.
Well, she is beautiful.
I didn't see Shio. I'm still looking at Kim. Go back to Shio. Who cares about the beer? Oh, wow.
Yes, grandma.
Wow, beautiful. Wait, she has 3 granddaughters?
She has 3 granddaughters.
Come on.
Look at that.
Come on.
Oh my God, that's
an
adorable
daughter.
Baby.
Come on.
Look at that.
Come on. I don't believe that. She has like J-Lo jeans.
Okay.
If she has, right?
Yeah,
she's
100%.
she's like sharing some jeans with J-Lo or something.
She must be.
Because I don't believe J-Lo is like 50, and I don't know how old Shio Doman is, but
she's
I don't
definitely
believe
not grandma age.
She doesn't look grandma age at all.
She's definitely a glamour.
So now, here's a fun fact about Shio that nobody knows.
Okay.
Okay, you want to hear a fun fact about Shio that nobody knows?
Yeah.
Ready.
Not only does she love to cook Guyanese food, but she also loves to clean. That's the fun fact.
She loves to clean?
She loves to clean. She likes to clean everything. She's very, very meticulous.
How do you like to clean?
I don't know. I'm reading the fun fact here.
Well, guess what? I'm going to start cleaning a lot more so I can make sure I stay youthful as well.
Is right.
You think that's it?
That might be it.
You don't have any of that.
You're clean and you're happy. Yeah, you don't have the crap around you.
I'm reading the card here. It says the fun fact is she likes to cook and clean.
I think that's a weird fun fact.
I don't know
who wrote this. Fun fact.
She's a cool woman. She likes to cook and clean.
Shio says that she is 47 years old.
She's 47 years old. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to tell you something that makes me feel very bad about myself. Because I'm 50 and I look like 20 years older than her. I feel so bad about myself right now. I think after this show I'm going to go home and cry.
She's 3 years younger than you.
She's 3 years younger than me, but I'm going to go home and cry now.
How often do you think she says, I'm 47 years old, you know?
I don't know, but I feel very bad about myself. Because I feel old and look old compared to her.
Shio, I see you in the comments, girl. Can you drop some beauty tips for honestly all of us? Because we'll take them.
Right.
We'll take them.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, here's another fun fact about Shio that you didn't know.
Okay.
She says Brad Show Live is her favorite show in the world.
Wow.
More than any other show, because she loves it because of the knowledge she gains about immigration. And there you have it. Shio Doman. Let's go through the pictures quickly. I didn't take a look. Let's go through quickly. Okay. Yeah, right.
Oh, look
yeah,
at
beautiful,
her
beautiful. I'm saying,
grandbaby.
yeah, right. That's not her grandchild. That's a lie. There she is, beautiful woman. Lie, not her grandchild. It's a strange little girl she met on the beach. And there she is, random girl I met on the beach. I love how everybody in the Brad Squad likes to make themselves older. And they're much younger than they are.
Yeah, that's a really weird type
it's
of
a weird dynamic we have
that
here in Brad's Squad, that they all make themselves older for some reason.
No, that just means that we have a lot of great people with good energy.
No, we do. We have great energy, beautiful, beautiful.
Inside and out.
Young-looking women.
I'll tell you, I'm about to invite the Brad Squad over to my house because Sandy Berwin just said, I like to clean way more than I like to cook. And I know that we also have Brad Squatters who are amazing cooks. So, y'all, invited to my house anytime you want.
Wait, here's a fun fact about Brad.
Yeah, he likes to be cooked for.
Brad likes to be cooked for.
Yeah.
Brad likes to be cleaned for.
Yeah.
Brad likes to eat.
Same.
Brad does not like to clean. Brad does not like to cook.
Yes.
It's a perfect synergy.
There you go.
Perfect synergy. And Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, why don't you tell everybody what they need to do while I stretch and get ready for some schmoozing?
Absolutely. Everybody on Facebook and YouTube, the first thing you guys have to do is sign on to a Facebook group page. So the Brad Squad group page, and we will post the link right in the comment sections right now. All you have to do is click on that link and click on join, and Kim and I will accept it right now. All right, now also everybody on Facebook, we need you guys to share to everybody that you can, any and everybody you can share it to. So you can share it to anybody's page, you can share it to groups, but most importantly, let's share it into an inbox. You could also create a group in your inbox and just share that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 good times. So tell everybody else to also share as well, okay? Now, we definitely want interaction. We want you guys to like, love, smiley face, happy face, mad face, laughing face, wow face, whatever you're feeling when we talk about the schmooze, and also the stories when people call in and also put into their social media questions. We want to know what you guys have to think about it. And everybody, please put in your social media questions right now. And also, if you are in the Brad Squad group, you can put it in, and the first 5 you will definitely get your questions asked. So it's not guaranteed that everybody gets their questions asked depending on when you put your questions in, but if you are a part of the Brad Squad group, you will get the first 5 guaranteed. All right? Now, Kimmy, what are we going to do on YouTube?
On YouTube, the first thing that you guys are going to do is make sure that you have subscribed and hit that little bell right next to it, because that's how we know that you're going to get that notification every time. So when we go on there at like 5:36, we're not too worried about you because we know that you hit that bell and you're going to get that notification. So we're not worried. Thanks for hitting the bell. Make sure that you are letting us know all of your thoughts and feelings right in the comment box, just like Scarlet Knight, who told us that cleaning relieves stress for her. That's unbelievable. I got tons of stress relief for Scarlet Knight. Keep telling us everything you think and feel, because we're going to keep interacting with you. And of course, the best thing that you guys can do for us, the easiest, most wonderful thing, share the show with all of your friends and family. Hit that share button, hit copy and link, and then paste it to all of your friends and family in GroupMe's, WhatsApp messages, Textra, whatever you guys use to talk to all your people. Make sure to send them that link.
You know, Kim, before we get into schmoozing,
tell me.
I was a little disappointed this weekend.
Oh man, so am I, Brad.
All right, because besides the heat wave, I
Yeah.
thought we were going to get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we were going to have a party today. And I told Jilly to get balloons. We're going to drop balloons. We're going to have confetti.
Yeah.
It was going to be a huge party.
It's going to be a whole thing.
But we didn't hit 10,000 subscribers. We were 60 some odd people short, I believe. Can we, tonight, get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube? That means subscribe if you haven't done so. Because you want to know what happens? We're going to have a big party for everybody tomorrow if we do it.
I like it.
All right.
We are.
How many are we short?
Right now, we are 73
short. People short.
Oh man, we can hit that.
We can do that overnight.
Because there's literally 118 people watching, and I know not every single one of you are subscribers.
Correct.
So just I feel like you guys can do it right now, just doing this. But
because if you want to have a party with us tomorrow, we're gonna party tomorrow at 10,000. Woo!
We're gonna party real hard.
Real hard.
We're gonna party like
I don't know what it is to party live on Bradshaw Live, because we've never done it before.
We've done party
but we
light.
will do it.
Halloween was kind of a party.
Yes,
on the
we
air.
will
Definitely
do
was.
it.
Yeah.
We're
Our
gonna
first
do it.
pop-up was kind of a
Was a
party.
party.
That's
on the air.
Do you remember when I almost got my eye taken out on Halloween?
That was a 100th episode celebration.
Yes.
I do remember
Why, what
that.
happened?
Right.
I do remember that. We had confetti.
I don't think I was.
confetti
Was I here?
cannons.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
And one of the confetti cannons popped Brad.
So
right
let's
in the
do
eye.
it. Let's get Brad's other eye out tomorrow. We already popped one of Brad's eyes out. Please subscribe. Belgium, Kim, Jonathan, Yo-Yo, Elias. Any last words before we schmooze?
Keep sharing, family.
Exactly. No, seriously though, because I think when we say this so much and we say it every day, it's kind of like you get desensitized, but we really, really need you guys to share as many times as you can. All right, so please share, and also click that thumbs up on YouTube.
And by the way, if you don't do it for our own selfish purposes,
Yeah.
okay, because we ask you to share for our selfish purposes.
That's
we
true.
like the adulation.
Yes.
Lisa Bling Rose says it all. She says, share to a friend and coworker. Ice is coming, and you better call Uncle Brad.
Okay.
I like her.
All right, come on.
She knows.
She knows.
He's like Ghostbusters.
That's
Who you
right.
gonna call?
Go.
Uncle Brad.
All right, you ready to schmooze,
Yeah.
Belgium Kim? Yo-Yo, you ready to schmooze?
Let's schmooze.
Let's schmooze. Start to smooze.
We're smoozing.
We're gonna
with Brad.
schmooze. So, Iran has claimed to have executed 17 U.S. spies today. They're actually Iranian citizens who Iran claims were either hired or coerced into spying on behalf of the United States by the CIA. Now, President Trump, in a Twitter post, said the report of Iran capturing CIA spies is totally false, zero truth, just more lies and propaganda put out by a religious regime that is badly failing and has no idea what to do. Their economy is dead and will get much worse. Iran is a total mess. Yeah, I don't believe that Iran caught 17 CIA spies. I would believe Trump, but I also believe that what Trump says is a CIA spy and what Iran says is a CIA spy are two different things.
Yes.
Because in the spy world,
Right.
you know, you have somebody comes in, they go and meet somebody locally, and they either get paid or coerced or embarrassed. You know, maybe, you know, a lot of times, believe it or not, it happens a lot.
Right.
You know, like you catch somebody, you know, doing something that their family would be embarrassed about or they would be embarrassed about, and you end up coercing them into working for the CIA, but they are not members of the CIA.
Right.
Gotcha.
And I probably believe that is what happened.
Okay.
Now, also in the same weekend, Iran has seized a British tanker.
Yeah.
So they are upping the ante as well, and we talk about this every day. Okay, Iran is pushing because they're desperate. Their economy is correctly down the tubes.
Right.
Okay, they can't sell oil on the open market right now. They are a desperate caged animal.
Right.
So what happens when you're a desperate caged animal? You are going to claw back. You're going to lash out. And what's going to happen is one of two things. They're hoping, if they lash out, that they'll come to some negotiated settlement with the United States, some sort of normalcy in relations, and they'll be able to sell their oil. Or if it comes to a war, lots of people are going to get killed, and the mullahs and the ayatollahs will be in a bunker somewhere, survive, and eventually the world will say, stop it, you're killing everybody. And then they'll get to sell their oil again at the end of the war. That's going to, one or the other. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hope it's the first.
Right.
I hope it's the first. I would have preferred the peace deal that Obama did.
Right.
Wasn't perfect. I'm on record of being against it when it happened, but kept the peace for 10 years.
Right.
And maybe in 10 years it would have been an easy negotiation because the U.S. and Iran would have gotten along.
Right. Absolutely. Well, at least you would have had 10 years to negotiate the deal.
Right. Meanwhile, President Trump, with all that's going on in the world, his biggest concern over the weekend was ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky.
Yes, he is in jail right now in Sweden. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West put a call into the Trump presidential telephone and asked Donald Trump to intervene on behalf of ASAP Rocky's behalf. But the plan has backfired now. Didn't work out as well as Kim and Kanye thought.
Of course.
Because the Swedish Prime Minister Stefan Löfven spoke to the president on Saturday saying that A$AP Rocky is not going to receive any special treatment. A spokesperson for the Prime Minister said, quote, underlined that in Sweden everyone is equal before the law and that the government cannot and will not attempt to influence the legal proceedings. Now, Trump painted the call differently.
Of course.
Okay. He said, just had a very good call with Swedish Prime Minister Stefan Löfven, who assured me that the American citizen A$AP Rocky will be treated fairly. Likewise, I assured him that A$AP was not a flight risk and offered to personally vouch for his bail, or in the alternative, we agreed to speak again in the next 48 hours. So Trump is now going to put his bail up personally.
What?
The president A$AP Rocky's bail.
What is this story?
Now I don't
What is
why.
happening
Okay, now the
here?
rapper, his real name is Rakim Mayers, was
Yeah.
involved in a street fight on June 30th. Video clips showed two men following Rocky and his entourage for several blocks before the fight broke out. Now, the Swedish prosecution authority dropped all charges against one of the men involved in the street fight, saying he was acting in self-defense, despite having followed the rapper and his entourage for several blocks. Now, we don't know what's going on there. What do you think? You're making a face.
So you guys know I'm very opinionated.
Yeah, let me hear your opinion, and then I'll tell you whether I agree or not.
I feel like the only reason why Donald Trump is really going into helping A$AP Rocky is because years ago when Black Lives Matter had first started, people were asking why he wasn't talking about it and using his platform to kind of get the word out and to support Black Lives Matter. And he said because he couldn't relate to it because he was rich and lives in Beverly Hills. And then he quoted, "I'm not Al Sharpton," basically saying it's not his business. So it's not my business to care about him in jail in Sweden either. And I feel like that's the only reason why Donald Trump is actually helping out. It's because he made some kind of like a dumb, ignorant comment like that.
Right.
So I don't care.
So you want him to sit in jail?
No, I don't care.
You don't care one way or
I'm
the
not
other?
Al Sharpton.
Right.
But here's the
If you don't support your own people just because you're rich and you live in Beverly Hills, why should we support him?
Why is Donald Trump only helping black celebrities?
Right, I think that it has,
what's this thing with just helping a black celebrity and nobody else?
Exactly, it has
to show that he's not racist. This is his only way of showing it, and it's not really showing it.
Right.
It's like these are personal relationships he's had with these black celebrities before, and look at what Kanye West did when he was really, not support or at least representing the black race the best way.
Well, my opinion with Kanye West is that in Kanye's dealings with Donald Trump, he sees the guy who treats him with respect. So as an individual, I think Kanye says the guy treats me with respect. He listens to me. I call him on the phone. I meet with him. I asked him to get people out of jail. He did it. He's not a racist. But Kanye doesn't look at everything that Donald Trump is saying and doing.
Right.
I mean, maybe personally one-on-one between
affect him.
Right, exactly. But
Right.
personally one-on-one between Donald Trump and Kanye West, his relationship has been fine. But you don't look at the entire picture.
Exactly.
Okay, it's like reading one sentence in a book instead of reading the whole novel.
And the fact that you're not looking at it, but you know that it's going on around you because you hear stories, you read stories, but you turn the blind eye just because he supports you personally, I can't respect that.
And you don't say anything when you meet him?
You don't, right.
Because if you said something when you met him...
If that's your friend, then you could say,
and if you said something,
Donnie,
and if you would say something when you meet him, maybe he would be a little different.
Right.
Maybe he'd say, you know what, this guy's a racist. Exactly. All right, maybe he would. I don't know. Now, celebrities have been quick to tweet out about Trump's intervention in A$AP Rocky's behalf. Justin Bieber said, quote, "I want my friend out. I appreciate you trying to help him. But while you're at it, real Donald Trump, can you also let all those kids out of their cages?"
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin Bieber.
Thank you. At least those kids didn't come to the States and just start fighting people.
Correct. They were little kids.
They're little kids.
Right.
Innocent kids.
Ava DuVernay says, "Until you address the lack of human dignity and health at the border, see to Puerto Rico properly, call off your zombies chanting white supremacist slogans, apologize for both sides, quote, diversify your cabinet, fire your daughter, nobody cares about your token concern."
Exactly.
I don't think that about sums it up.
Absolutely.
All right, and from a comedic perspective, the fat Jewish guy. You know who he is? Jonathan? The fat Jewish guy?
Yeah,
he says, imagine 5 years ago someone telling you that President Donald Trump spoke to Kanye West on the telephone so that they could devise a plan to free A$AP Rocky from his Swedish prison.
Who would have
That's
thought?
like, who would have ever thought?
Who would have thought
Who would have ever thought that one, right?
Right.
Meanwhile, so I lived through a blackout. There was another blackout in Brooklyn. Did it affect, you're in Manhattan, didn't affect either one of you.
Nope. But I did know about this before. I actually told Jilly about this. I think it was Friday or Thursday. I got a text message from somebody saying, hey, they're about to black out part of Brooklyn.
Oh, so they already knew it.
Somebody
knew it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they did it intentionally.
Yeah, Con Ed said about 33 customers in Brooklyn saw power restored Monday morning. They weren't going to black out Midtown Manhattan again, that's for sure.
No. But I'm telling you, it still affected us because the trains going uptown weren't running. All the number trains, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, it literally looked like mayhem. People were jumping and trying to like squish into the buses. They couldn't fit. The doors wouldn't close. It was bad.
Was Bill de Blasio still trying to get his three votes in Iowa, or was he back in New York this weekend?
Child.
Meanwhile, it was not the New York City police, Jonathan. It was the Massachusetts police that asked residents to refrain from crime.
But for real? They
really did. It was so dangerously hot in Braintree, Massachusetts. The Brain Trust of the police department in Braintree, you can't make this up, begged criminals, please stay off the street, do all your crime in 3 days when it cools down. The Braintree Police Department quoted on Facebook, I'm going to quote them, folks, due to the extreme heat, we are asking everyone thinking of any criminal activity to hold off until Monday. It's straight up hot as soccer balls out there. Conducting criminal activity in this extreme heat is next level henchman status and also very dangerous. Stay home, blast your air conditioner, binge Stranger Things Season 3, play with the Face app, practice karate in your basement. We will all meet again Monday when it's cooler. Sincerely, the police.
No, sincerely, the Popo.
The Popo.
Like, that can't be real.
That was real. 100%. P.S. Please no spoiler words. We're just finishing Season 2.
I can't.
Oh, my God.
I can't.
That is
That's
the
hilarious.
Braintree Police Department.
That's hilarious.
In a follow-up on Monday, the department posted, folks, a sincere thank you to all those this weekend who decided it was too hot for crime, stayed home, caught up on Stranger Things, and perfected karate moves in their basement. You made for a zero-slow weekend for us. The Popo, Donut Patrol, the Fuzz 5-0, zero arrests this weekend. So they actually listened.
Wow.
The criminals stayed at home. This week it is extraordinarily dangerous to be traveling in Braintree. This is my next card. Massachusetts. All the criminals have come back out.
Okay.
And all the crime will be occurring between Tuesday and Thursday. The police are asking everybody to stay off the street while the criminals are conducting their business.
It's about to be the purge out there.
Yes, all right. Up to 1 million people are protesting in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that's bad.
Did you see that?
It's
the
bad.
governor tweeted homophobic tweets about Ricky Martin, the misogynistic emails about women in his cabinet. He has said that he is not going to seek re-election. Duh. You should be stepping down. Duh.
Right. They are messing up.
By Monday, demonstrators had already clogged a major highway, causing the island's largest mall to close, prompting cruise ships are not stopping in San Juan. It is too dangerous for the people on the cruise ships to get off. The marchers have been calling for the governor's resignation. More than 900 email messages have been included. Profanity-laced, homophobic, misogynistic messages have been released. The protester received support from the baseball players from Puerto Rico, singers, and even Democratic presidential candidates. A number of Puerto Rican celebrities have joined the movement against the governor, including Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda, musician Bad Bunny, and singer Ricky Martin, who was actually mocked. Now, the other thing is, talking about resigning. I saw an article today. The senator from Minnesota who resigned, who was the Saturday Night Live writer,
Al Franken.
Al Franken. He is now sorry he resigned. He says he should not have resigned. He should have fought it out, but he succumbed and he did resign. But we were talking about that the other day because we said the Democrats resign, the Republicans fight it out.
Right.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. What else is happening here? What is this stupidity?
Not what is this?
What is this stupidity I'm reading here? I'm reading the headline. I got to read the rest of it now. Pennsylvania school district tells parents to pay their lunch debt or their kids are going into foster care. You can't put your kids into foster care because they're not paying for their lunch.
Oh, gosh.
The Wyoming Valley West School District in Pennsylvania sent out hundreds of letters this week telling parents who had lunch debt to pay up or the kids are going to foster care. The letter told parents that there have been multiple letters sent home with your child and nobody's paying for the school lunches. It quotes, your child has been sent to school every day without money and without a breakfast and or a lunch. If you are taken to dependency court, the result may be your child being removed from your home. Nobody's removing a child from their home because the parents can't afford to give their kids breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
Well,
it's called public school. Public school Public school has a duty to provide breakfast and lunches for children whose parents can't afford it.
They do. This is true, but if your parents know that they don't give you free food and they're still sending you out there with no food or no money, that's kind of
well, how do you know these
good
parents
parenting.
Can't afford it?
Well, why would they send their kids to school? I went to a public school where I had to pay for lunch, or
I understand
my
that, but
parents
sometimes
had
the
to.
parents don't have it. So you can't take
okay,
your
but
kids.
so then if they don't have it for dinner, is that okay?
Like maybe they have it. Maybe they have it for dinner, but they don't have it for all 3 meals, and that's okay to say, okay, you know what? I can't afford to send my kid to school, to have a lunch because I only have a certain amount of money. That has to go to pay for rent. That has to go pay for dinner. That has to go pay for books. That has to go pay for pencils. It's okay for a public school to pay for my kid's lunch.
No, it's okay.
It's perfectly okay.
It's okay, but since they don't, and the parents know they don't, you need to find a way to pay for your kids' food.
Public school is supposed to pay for kids' schools
I've always gone to public school and they didn't.
I'm sorry.
But how about summertime when they're at home?
It's $450. 4 parents owe more than $450. Big deal. Public school.
I feel like that they should have organizations that help pay for the kids' school, but
I don't care.
To send your child knowingly without any food, that's
now here's a father whose kid should be taken away from him and put into foster care. I'll tell you right now, his guy's name is Dave Herzog.
Oh.
Dave Herzog should have his kid taken away, and the kid should be put into another family. Wanna know why? Because Dave Herzog pulled his child out of school at 7 so he can concentrate on becoming a skilled video game player. That's right. Now that's a kid whose father who should be taken away.
That's crazy.
So what happened is the kid's 7 years old. He's already a skilled Halo player. His name is Jordan Herzog. So after Jordan won his first Halo tournament, which earned him $2,000 worth of gaming apparel, Dave realized his son could make a career out of it. So he was 7 when he was pulled out. He's now 16 years old, okay, and he's nearly earning $60,000 from playing video games. He's considered one of the world's most successful Fortnite players. He recently qualified for this year's World Fortnite Championship along with 200 other players from around the world, and he's standing to win a share of the $30 million prize. I don't care. The kid has no education.
Yeah.
I have a question.
The kid has no education.
If he were a world-class athlete and his dad took him out of school to pursue sports or pursue a pop career would he still be a child abuser?
Well, I mean, usually when they do that, not to cut you off, but usually when they do that, they actually have homeschooling.
That's
so
right.
if you have
He gets homeschooled.
He gets homeschooled for that?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he
I
gets
didn't hear
he gets
that.
3 hours
If he gets
of homeschooling.
then I take it back.
Then I take
Then I take it back.
He takes online classes.
Then that's fine. Then I take that back.
As long as he's getting his education.
What's the purpose of this card? I don't even know then. Okay, I thought it was like the kid's getting no education.
Right.
Yeah, but still, pulling your kid out to play video games is still kind of a crazy. Like that's my nephew's dream.
No, okay, he's getting educated.
But there
Who cares?
are millionaires out there that are video gamers.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you something crazy. That's not crazy. I don't even know why I even read that card then. I thought he was getting no education.
I was like, that's illegal to not get education.
I'll tell you, this is crazy. Okay, a Colombian man. He was detained in the Barcelona International Airport with a half a kilo of cocaine under his toupee. Now that is crazy. Like, look at that. Come on, that guy comes in like that. Of course he's got a half a kilo of cocaine under his toupee.
Come on.
You got something under there, right?
Clearly.
Come on, that was the worst toupee I've ever seen in my life. He arrived on a flight from Bogota, And the man immediately attracted police's attention as he looked
Come
nervous
on.
and his toupee was falling off his head. All right? I don't know if it was that he was nervous or his toupee was falling off his head, but the crack police at the airport there in Barcelona saw it.
I'm weak that they actually took a picture with the cocaine still in his head.
Look at that. Come on. Of course there's something under that guy's head. Now the statement by the police, they're all proud that they caught this guy.
Oh, God.
They're all proud they caught this guy, all right? The statement enclosed a photo of a middle-aged man, apparently still wearing the toupee, though his eyes are blocked. He had over 100 kilos of cocaine. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, he did not. Over 100 kilos of cocaine were seized by the Barcelona police in 2018.
Wow.
This poor Colombian man, he was detained. The toupee was sent back to Colombia.
I can't. No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. And there you have it, Jonathan and Belgium Kim.
Oh my
the
God.
schmooze of the day. Why don't you tell everybody to please share? We got to get to 10,000. We got to get to 10,000 people on YouTube today.
Yes.
Tell them how to do it.
Absolutely. On Facebook, Brad Squad. If you haven't done so yet, you need to become an official member of the Brad Show Live Brad Squad. We're going to drop the link in the comments right now, and you are going to follow that link and press join because Yo-Yo and I are standing by ready to accept your follow request. Also, make sure that you have liked our Brad Show Live page and hit that little bell so that you get a notification every time we go live. And of course, family, you know what I'm about to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Share the show for the love of everything that is good and holy. Do it for us. Do it for your friends who need free immigration advice that they're about to get right now. You know you got at least 5 friends who need some questions answered. Share it to them right now by sending them a private message or starting a watch party and letting all your friends know that you're watching Brad Show Live right now. And of course, make sure to leave your comments and all of your thoughts and feelings right in this thread because you know Facebook is always poppin'. So tell us what you think and feel right there in the comments. Yo-Yo on YouTube, what's the deal?
Well, Facebook is popping, but I think YouTube could even be more popping by subscribing. All you have to do is press that little red rectangle button that says subscribe. Make sure you tell your friends and family to also subscribe. Don't just tune into the show and not subscribe. That's kind of foul. It's almost like coming in for free advice. This is your way of paying back to Brad. Just subscribe, tell your friends and family to subscribe, and also share. All you have to do is copy the link, send it in a WhatsApp group. It's easy. Create a group of friends and family, even strangers that you meet on the street. Share to them, share to everybody, and make sure when you share to them, you tell them to share to somebody else as well. Remember, it's the ripple effect. Also, make sure you comment right now. Put in all of your social media questions in the comment section. Also, tell us what you think about anything that we're talking about. And everybody watching right now, press that thumbs up. I need to see as many people are watching. I need to see that many thumbs up on the YouTube video. Just press the thumbs up. It's not hard. It literally takes 1 second. Do it right now. And this is what you guys have all been waiting for. This is when you guys call in and Brad answers your questions with getting answers to your immigration questions.
All right, let's see who we got here. We got Zanib in Dallas, Texas. Zanib. Dallas, Texas. Anybody in Texas is listening right now. I'll talk to anybody in the United States of America if you say hello to me right now. Oh, man. The man waits 50 minutes, and this is what happens. Man waits 50 minutes, and that's what happens. Okay, you got to listen to the phone. Let's go to Michael in St. Paul, Minnesota. Michael.
Hello.
Hey, Michael. How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Brad, I just want to make an inquiry, though. I want to see if there's a possibility. I'm a green card holder. So I want to see if there's if I could be able to apply for my mom.
No, you have to be a citizen to apply for your mom.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. How long you had a green card?
2 years. I'm just going. I'll be going for an interview very soon.
You had a green card for 2 years based on marriage?
Yes.
All right, so you have one more year.
Marriage.
You can file for your citizenship in 1 year. You'll be a citizen a year later, and then you can file for your mom. So 2 years you're filing for your mom, and in 3 years your mom will be here with a green card. That's basically it. All right.
Okay.
All right, hold on if you need help.
Cool.
All right. Let's go to, who are we going to? Miguel in Fairbanks, Arkansas. Miguel. Alaska.
Hey.
Fairbanks, Alaska. How are you, Miguel?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, Brad. Thanks for answering.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad. I got an NOID for my DACA renewal for a DUI conviction back in 2017 and was wondering what kind of argument do I respond with, since that was the only thing they were concerned in that NOID letter. I'm currently married to a U.S. citizen. I have a baby on the way this October. Would any of this information help?
Well, a DUI should not be a problem. A DWI would be a problem. A DUI shouldn't be a problem. It's not an inadmissible offense. How did you enter the United States, Miguel?
Illegally. But I did get my DACA approved. I was with it 6 years.
Did you travel? Did you travel on advance parole?
No,
Okay.
I stayed in the U.S.
I would have your wife file an I-130 visa petition for you immediately, regardless, regardless of whether there's NOID or not, simply because in 1 year from now the Supreme Court's going to make a decision on DACA, and if they come against you, you're going to have a big problem anyway in a year from now. Your wife should be starting the I-130 process, and you should be thinking about doing a provisional waiver, going home and coming back. The DUI shouldn't be a problem, but hold on 1 second, okay? Hold on. Let's go to Addie in Boston, Massachusetts. Addie.
Hi.
Hi, Addie. How are you?
Hi, Brad. I'm good. So, a friend of mine recently went to the U.S. Embassy for a student visa. His visa was initially approved pending the verification of his sponsor statement. A few days later, the visa got refused and it got a permanent ban to the United States.
Why?
So it was due to misrepresentation of material.
What was the misrepresentation?
So the bank statement that he submitted for his sponsor, they said the money was not in there. And he submitted the bank statement, so they said that was misrepresentation of material. So they banned him. My question is there a waiver for a permanent ban?
Who was the sponsor?
So his dad was his sponsor.
Yes. All right. So the answer is yes. There's a waiver through your father. I'm still unsure what the misrepresentation was. He submitted a bank statement that was a fraudulent bank statement.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can do a waiver through the dad, and you're gonna have to do a new affidavit of support. So hold on, but they're gonna definitely need help. Hold on 1 second. That's a new one. I never heard of somebody making a fraudulent bank statement because it's so easy to get an affidavit of support from somebody. Why would you have to make a fraudulent bank statement? Let's go to Jesse in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Jesse.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
What's going on?
Okay, so I filed for VAWA last year in November, and it was through a green card holder. So I only filed the I-160, the I-360. I mean,
the I-360.
Yeah. So I see that the visa bulletin says everything is current. So I was wondering if, even though I am a green card holder,
yes, you should file the adjustment immediately.
Okay, and what can I send in to get a waiver?
Why do you need a waiver?
So that I don't have to pay for the adjustment. Because I don't work. I don't.
Right.
I'm a stay-at-home mom by myself with 2 kids, and.
Well, you would have to show that you don't earn money and you have no income to file your adjustment application.
How do I? Because I don't.
You say it. You say it.
In an affidavit?
But you have to file it with a special form. There's a special form to
and
request a fee waiver.
I receive benefits for my kids.
But you're allowed to get benefits for your kids.
Yeah, that can also show that I'm under the under poverty or whatever.
Yes. Now there's a special form. I don't remember. It was 9 something. All right. The reason I don't remember is because I don't really handle those cases because if you can't afford to pay the filing fee, you obviously can't afford to pay a lawyer. but it's done on Form 9 something. But you go look on it, and you have to submit that form and fill out the instructions and follow those instructions.
Okay.
All right? And so there's a form for a fee waiver, so you fill that out.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to Pearl in Cincinnati, Ohio. Pearl.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
Good. How are you?
I'm blessed, thanks. So, I have a boyfriend who filed for asylum, and he will be facing the judge in 2020 June. And like, I'm a green card holder, and we wanted to June 2022. So, I'm a green card holder, and we wanted to get married.
Go get married. File a visa petition. You need to request a bona fide marriage exemption. You'll go for an interview. You'll prove it's a real marriage. And then hopefully at some point he either becomes eligible for a green card through your application or you become a citizen. His lawyer what?
Yeah.
What is his lawyer?
His lawyer was like, because I'll be a citizen next year, so he was like, because he filed for asylum, so that might affect my citizenship. So
No, it
he
won't
would
affect your
like us to
citizenship.
wait when I become a citizen before we can get married.
Go get married. Go get married. Have every option available to you. Why not?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Okay.
God bless
Thank you. Let's go to Richard in Silver Spring, Maryland. Richard.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Richard, yes.
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing? It's Brad.
What's going on? It is Brad.
Yeah. I was left in the queue.
Richard, what's your question?
I have a question, Brad.
Yes. Sometime before the end of the show, Richard. Yes.
Citizenship.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I was saying that I applied for citizenship. It was on last December.
Right.
And based on my account, my profile, it shows like we transfer your application to another USCIS field office for review. And I can see here says estimate case completion time October 29. So does that mean that I will be called for interview in October, or it can be by October?
It means absolutely nothing. I don't put any credence in anything that you read on the internet in terms of processing for your citizenship. I have no idea. Maybe yes, maybe no. They change all the time.
Oh, it can be changed all the time?
Correct. The only thing I can tell you is that if you're waiting more than 1 year for your citizenship and they don't give you an interview, you have two choices. You can keep looking online and hoping and praying. You can go to your congressman and hope and pray. You can contact immigration and hope and pray, or you file a mandamus and get them to schedule you for an interview. Those are your options. But after a year.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let's go to Gabby in Denver. Gabby.
Hello.
Hi, Gabby.
Hi, I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
I'm calling, asking question about the Wawa case. I sent my Wawa case, but I'm waiting for my EAD with advanced parole. Is it okay if I travel out of United States with advanced parole? I'm asking this question. I'm sorry.
When you get your advanced parole, it's okay to travel. If you leave before your advanced
the problem I ask you,
Gabby,
I am sorry.
Gabby, I'm
because,
answering your question, Gabby. Gabby, I'm answering your question, Gabby. Listen.
Yes.
It is okay to travel. It doesn't matter whether you are in status, out of status. You're out of status 1,000 years. You've been out of status since the time of the cavemen. It doesn't matter. You have a pending adjustment. They accepted it. You can travel once you get advanced parole. If you travel before you get the advanced parole, you will self-deport. As long as you have the advanced parole in your hand, you can travel. Don't stay out of the country for more than 2 to 3 weeks.
I will travel for 10 days.
That's less than 2 to 3 weeks, so I think you're okay.
Thank you so much.
Let's go to Kevin in New Britain, Connecticut. Kevin. Kevin.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm okay, Brad.
What's going on?
I'm a permanent resident, green card holder.
Right.
I have 3 kids I want to bring to the United States. I need your advice on how to start the process.
How did you get your green card?
Oh, marriage.
Through a citizen or resident?
Permanent resident.
Okay.
To a citizen. To a citizen.
To a citizen.
To a
Okay.
citizen. Yeah.
All right. How old are your children?
8, 14.
All right. You still married?
Yes.
Okay.
I put the divorce in because we're getting divorced.
Okay, fine. All right. So then you have to file an I-130 visa petition for them as a permanent resident father. Were you married to the mother?
No.
Okay. Because you were not married to the mother, they're going to ask you not only are you the biological father, they're going to want to also know whether you have a parent-child relationship. So how do you prove let me finish. How do you prove you're a biological father? You have to show their birth certificates, and you have to show your name was put on at the time of their birth. If your name was put on 6 months or 9 months or 3 years later from the birth, they're going to ask for a blood test. So hopefully it was put on at the time of birth. If not, blood test. Second.
Okay, well, my name is on 2 of them birth paper.
Okay. At the time of the birth or years later?
Yeah. Repeat that?
At the time of the birth or years later?
No, at the time of the birth.
Okay. So 2, you won't have to do a blood test. 1, you will. And then you have to show that you have a relationship with the children. So you're going to have to show pictures, that you send money. And if you send like Western Union receipts or you send, wire transfers or however you send money to support the kids, you have to prove that. You got to prove you help support your children. That's really what they're going to want to see. And that
I send Western Union money to my brother.
Fine. So you're going to have to. So you're going to have.
Deposited, however.
Correct. So then you're going to have to show the Western Union receipts and an affidavit from your brother that this money is meant for the children. Okay. And then you're going to file an I-130 visa petition, and they're going to wait about 2 to 3 years for their green cards.
Is it possible I could have a meeting with you to have this done?
Yes. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
All right, let's go to, who should we go to? Let's go to Onika in the Bahamas. Onika.
Hello.
Hi,
Brad.
Hi, how are you? Nope, Onika just hung up. Let's go to Foucault in Brooklyn. Foucault. Furcott. Fur.
Yeah, it's me.
How are you?
Good. How are you, Brad?
Good. What's going on?
Yes, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
The first question is, my cousin, the I-360 was approved 2018.
Right.
And then I-485 still pending, now 16 months. What do you think? How many months, how many times she need to wait?
It was the I-130 for who?
I'm sorry?
Who is it? The I-130 for who?
I-485.
The I-45 is okay. What country are they from?
She's from Uzbekistan.
I would say 3 years, because they're from
3 years.
That's my guess. I have no idea. But people who are coming from countries, Uzbekistan's a Muslim country, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, okay. So people who are coming from Muslim countries, the government's making you wait 3 years. Trust me. Right? People who come from Norway, it's 6 months. Okay? They stereotype. They're racist. They pick and choose who's going to go fast and who's not, depending on what country you're from and what security checks they feel they need to do. So the only thing you can do is if your case is waiting over 12 months, and it's already 16 months.
Over 12 months. Let
me finish my sentences, please.
Yeah,
If your case is waiting over 12 months and your adjustment is pending over 12 months and it's based on an I-360 that hasn't been approved and the I-360 is pending over 18 months, and you have an open and shut case, you should be filing a mandamus. That's my opinion.
I-485 pending 6 months. We need more waiting,
You
right?
gotta wait longer, correct. Right, but
Okay, what about the second question?
What was the second question? I don't remember now.
Yeah, just quick. Possibly, if she's gonna travel to the advanced parole for the 2 months.
I wouldn't. You could travel on advanced parole. I think 2 months is too long. My personal opinion.
Too long?
Yeah, because advanced parole is for a short, innocent trip abroad. 2 months is not a short.
How many
innocent
probably
trip.
weeks she can travel?
You can travel for 2 months. There's people who travel for 2 months and come back. I'm just giving you my opinion that she could have a problem at the airport. I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. But I think she could have a problem. So I don't like people to have problems. I like people to not have problems. So if it's just for vacation, 2-3 weeks maximum. If it's like a medical emergency or some other reason, then you got to do what you got to do and hope you don't have a problem when you come back.
I understood. Thank you very much, Brad.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let's go to Addie in Boston. Addie. Let's go to Simone in Bronx. Simone.
Hello.
Hi, Simone. How are you? What can I do to help you?
I'm calling to find out. My husband petitioned for my son in Jamaica, and he's 17. He went to the interview, but the officer told my sister that the medical is not ready as yet, and it's like 60 days now, and we didn't hear anything.
Does he have some sort of like tuberculosis test or something?
Pardon me?
Why is the medical not ready after 60 days?
I don't hear that.
Why is the medical not ready after 60 days? He went to see the doctor?
No, when he went for the interview, the medical wasn't ready as yet.
He went for the interview. What do you mean by what I don't understand is the medical is not ready. Did he go see the doctor and the doctor took all the tests and the doctor's not filling out the form and giving it back to him? Did he take a test? And sometimes there's like a tuberculosis test that takes 60 days to incubate. Or is it they never scheduled the medical?
No, he got the interview and everything. But when he went there, the officer told my sister that the medical is not reviewed as yet.
Again, it's A, B, or C. So I can give you my advice. Is it A, he never took a medical exam before his interview?
Yes, he did everything.
Okay, fine. That was my question. So he got a sealed envelope for the medical exam, and he brought it into the consulate.
The embassy sent it over.
The doctor sent it directly over.
Medical officer sent it over.
Fine. All right. So the embassy they should be able to look at it right away, but they screw everybody. They have 120 days to make a decision. That's the law. Okay. Whether it's the medical's not read, the affidavit of support's not read, the file is on the floor, whatever reason they have. Okay. They have 120 days to make a decision. After that, they're violating your rights. So whether it's the medical or any other reason, as long as he took the medical exam and as long as there was no issue with the medical, everything should be fine. You have to give him 120 days. That's the law.
Oh, okay.
All right. After 120 days, that's when I come into play.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's go to Abigail in Detroit, Michigan. Abigail.
Hey, man.
How are
What's
you?
up?
What's
I
going
was
on?
just calling because I'm asking if, like, so for instance, I was, a friend of mine was trying to get a visa, like, in Jamaica. There's a traveling visiting visa.
Right.
Is there any way, like, you can give me advice on that or help me go to the right person, or can you do that? Help me get a visa, just a regular visiting visa.
I don't really help people get visas. It's, all you can do is put yourself in the best position to be issued it. But there's nothing that I can do to go, voila, you got a visa. When you go for a visitor's visa, it's completely discretionary on behalf of the U.S. government whether to issue you a visa or not. And what they want to know, is, are you going to return home after you come to America to visit? So there's certain things they want to know. What are you coming to do? And how do we know that you're going to return home? So what are you coming to do? Most people say, I'm going to write an invitation letter. Okay, I'm going to go visit my friend. I'm going to go visit my uncle, whatever it may be. I always find better than the invitation letter is, here's my hotel. I have a hotel for a week, and I paid for it, and it's done at the end of the week. And here's my plane ticket. I'm going home at the end of that week. Okay, to me, that's the best. That's the best thing to do. Is here's my hotel. Here's my plane ticket. Okay, I'm coming and I'm going. Why am I going? Why am I coming? I'm coming to visit. I always find that a hotel and a plane ticket is better than an invitation letter. But you also have to show. That doesn't guarantee you that you get the visa. I'm just telling you what I think is better. And then the second thing you got to show is that you plan on going back home. Now, I can tell you years and years ago, when I don't do it anymore, but I used to travel to Jamaica a lot. I don't know where your friend is from, but I'm just giving you this as an example. And I used to, go out to dinner with the people at the U.S. Embassy, and they would tell me, if you're between the ages of 20 and 40 and single, it's very unlikely that you're going to get a visa to go to the United States because they believe that statistically, people 20 to 40 who are single are not going to go home unless they come from a higher income level area. Then they would likely get a visa. So if you're between 20 and 40 and single, you better be coming from a wealthy area or an upper middle class area to get the visa. Otherwise, more likely than not, although you never know, everything is discretionary, to deny you. If you're married, if you have children, if you have a good job, if you're leaving property behind. These are all reasons why you wouldn't just get up and leave things behind. These are things you also want to bring for your visa. I've told you everything I know now.
Okay, and one more thing. If you come in, like, to stay with, like, a family member or a friend just for, like, probably a week or two or even less than a month, does that, like, do that family member or the person you put on the paper, like, you're going to stay with, do they have to make a certain amount of income or something?
No, but, you have to show that you have money to support yourself here without taking a job. That's for sure.
Okay, right. Thank you.
All right, good luck. All right, let's go back to Onika in the Bahamas. Hopefully we got her now. Onika?
Yes, sir.
Hi, we lost you before. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's going on?
All right, I have a son. He's an American citizen, right? And he's putting in a petition for me. He'll be 21 on August 23rd. Can he file 2 weeks before?
No, he has to file on August 23rd. Put it in the mail.
Hello?
Put it in the mail on August 23rd.
Okay.
Okay.
And next thing.
Yes.
What if I violate the law by staying my time overstay? Would that affect my filing?
It would affect your filing if you come to the United States and overstay and then go back home to pick up your green card. It would affect your filing. If you come to Were you people not hearing me today?
Would you repeat for me? Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. I just wondered if you hear me. Because you just went, huh?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, so let me say again. It would affect you if you come to the United States, you come with the intention of getting your green card, and you apply to adjust your status within 90 days. That would affect you. It would affect you.
Okay, because...
let me finish my sentence. It would affect you if you come to the United States, you overstay your time, and you go back to the Bahamas, because then they would deny you in the Bahamas. So
I did.
So you've done that already.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You've done that already.
I did that already. I was there for 9 months.
When?
And then...
When?
2016.
Okay, so you have...
And I came back home 2017.
All right, so you are barred from re-entry for 3 years from the time that you overstayed your time and came back. So if you came back in 2017, what month?
I came in 2017 March. And I went there.
Okay, fine.
March.
So you cannot walk into the U.S. Embassy for your green card until March of 2000. Now, if your son files for you in August of 2019, you're not going to get your interview till well past March 2000. So yes, it will affect you, but you have satisfied the 3-year bar. Because you didn't overstay by more than a year. You only overstayed by 9 months.
So it will affect me then.
I'm sorry?
Will it affect me?
I just answered that. Do you not hear me?
Oh, I'm not hearing you.
Okay, then what you...
properly.
Okay, so I can't repeat it 3 times, but what I would suggest you do is 2 things. Number 1, have a consultation with me, okay, so we can help you. And number 2, go back and watch this. This is Save for Life, okay? I'll repeat it one last time. You left the country in 2017. You overstayed by more than 9 months. That gives you a 3-year bar. 2017, the 3-year bar is 2020. We're now in 2019. Your son files for you in 2019. You will not get a visa appointment until well past 2020. You will be okay. Have a consultation, though. But yes, it will affect you. It'll be questioned, but you should be okay. Hold on. Let's go to Adeed in Boston, Massachusetts. Adeed. Addie.
Addie's, yes.
Addie's here. Brad's here. Good. What's happening?
So a friend went to the U.S. Embassy to apply for F1 visa. So for F1 visa, you need to show that your sponsor can pay your tuition fee. So he submitted his dad's statement of account. So the visa was approved, but 3 days later, the visa got denied with permanent ban to enter the U.S. due to misrepresentation of material. So they said the bank statement, there is no enough money.
Did I just answer that, or that was somebody else? Or this is 2 people who called about the same fake bank statement? Didn't I answer that question when somebody else called the same question, or is it 2 people with the same fake bank statement question today?
You didn't answer the question. I think it was me, but you said I should hold on.
Okay, so why didn't I answer the question? He has a permanent bar.
You said I should hold on. So my question is there a waiver for permanent ban to the United States?
I did answer that. I said he was sponsored by his father, and you can get a waiver. Hold on. Didn't I answer that already?
Yeah, you told me to hold on.
Yeah, so hold on. Why is she back? Let's go to Kevin in New Britain, Connecticut. Kevin.
Kevin. I don't know who the bitch is. I will fucking kill that bitch.
Sengra in West Orange, New Jersey. Perhaps in our next production meeting, which we should have right now.
Right, yeah.
Like we usually do.
Like we usually do. Perhaps somebody who answers the phones, we should have a conversation with them to say, hey, pick up the phone before Brad goes there, like 30 seconds before, and say, hey, you there?
That makes sense.
Can you not curse on our show?
That makes sense.
Can you please listen to the telephone so we don't have to get frustrated every show, time and time again, that I say, hey, you there? Hey, you listening on the phone?
Right.
Stop listening to your telephone. Stop listening to your computer. Perhaps somebody in our call center would be able to do that.
I think that's doable.
I think it's doable.
Can we have that production meeting?
I think we just did, Brad.
Okay.
Let's see if they listen.
I beg.
What do you think?
You about to pick up the same person?
Wait, where's that emoji thing?
In their defense,
Where's that emoji? Where's that emoji thing, right?
Yeah, right.
This
The-
time
Wait.
The high fives.
Wait. Come, 3-way. High five. Can we have a
Like
multicultural high five?
Yeah.
Multicultural. We need multicultural high five.
We wouldn't be able to do this.
You can't do it with emojis.
Right.
Nope.
I'm very upset about that now. I thought it was praying.
I understand.
I want to high five my friend and I can't.
And you can't.
Unless we're both yellow.
I understand. And you're not.
All right, let's go to Kevin and see. Kevin. No, they don't listen to our production meeting. Let's go to Sangra. Let's see if she wants to still curse us out on the air. What do you think? She thinks she's still cursing or she's okay now? Sangra, you cursing? You okay now? No, Sangra doesn't listen either. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's the end of the calls for today.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's how the cookie crumbles. All right, Belgium Kim, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. I do have to tell you that Abadia Bar, I talk about this all the time. I call him Bar, but everyone in his family calls him Barry. Abadir Barry.
Barre.
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 Nobody in his family calls him Barre. I call him Bar.
Yeah.
Everyone in his family calls him Barry.
I don't think they call him Barry.
What's the French pronunciation?
Barre.
Everybody calls him Abadir Barre. Abadir Barre. I can't even get the people who work for me, my good friends' names right. Right? I can't get anybody's names right.
That's true.
All right. So we've been discussing Mandamus APA, and I keep saying this every day, Mandamus APA every day, putting together for people who have been waiting years and basically forcing the government to approve people's cases. A visa delayed is a visa denied. People, you have to understand that concept. If the government's delaying your visa for years, they're in essence denying you. Let's watch. So now tell me about an example of somebody that you filed a mandamus application for. Okay, they had a pending asylum case for years.
Yeah.
You filed this mandamus. You filed the APA claim.
Right.
You brought them into federal court.
Yes.
What happened with their case? Did they get deported?
No, they didn't get deported. In fact, they got their interview, and then their case got approved, and they moved on.
Give me a little background.
There was two Syrians that had been here since, I think at that time, they had been here since 2014 or 15, I can't remember, and been waiting for the asylum for 3.5, 4 years. We sued, got the interview date, went to the interview, completed the case.
How long does the lawsuit take?
When I brought that suit, it was all done in 2 months, less
From the time the lawsuit started to the time of the interview was 2 months.
No, I think the time they even hired me to the time that.
Oh, not even the lawsuit.
Yeah.
8 weeks.
I think.
After somebody's waiting years and years
right,
and years.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So now, obviously, prior successful results don't guarantee a similar outcome, but this is the type of thing that you would get. And when you sue the government, the officer, when you go into the interview, they're going to be like, I better do this right because I don't want to be brought back into court again.
Yeah.
The last thing believe it or not, the last thing that U.S. immigration officers and the USCIS and ICE officials want is they don't want to be brought into court and have their dirty bag of tricks uncovered.
Right.
Okay?
Correct.
They want to keep the cover on everything.
Right.
So they said, all right, we'll give it to this guy.
Yes.
So he'll leave us alone.
Yes. And actually, what happens also, people don't know, is that a lot of these career USCIS officials don't agree with the policies.
That's correct.
So when they get sued and they say, all right, we have this many cases, you have to move on it, they do move on it because they understand, oh, this person is saying.
Some or even many of them.
Yes.
I don't have this exact number because we haven't done a poll. Many are sympathetic.
Yes, many are.
Many are.
And many want to do their jobs the proper way.
Correct.
And they don't agree with this LIFO policy. They don't agree with holding on to I-130s for multiple years. They don't agree with holding, any kind of application well beyond the normal processing times.
Abadir, I think it's apparent, but for those of you who don't realize, what should somebody do if they have an asylum case that's been pending for a while, or they have a loved one or a friend who has an asylum case pending for a while? What do you think they should do?
Call us.
Call us.
And we'll put together a lawsuit, and we'll get you your interview as soon as possible.
All right. So the telephone number for Abadir at Spar Bernstein is the same telephone number to call us on our Bradshaw Live show. 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. It's the number for law offices at Spar Bernstein. It's also the number to call to get your questions answered for free right here on our show. Abadir, wonderful job as always.
Thank you.
As again, prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. But right now, in the time of Donald Trump, especially now that there's no collusion, okay, you better have good lawyers on your side who are ready to go to bat for you.
Right.
And I'm sitting next to one right now. Abadir, great job. Thank you
so much. Yes.
All right. Oh my God, it's set. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You hear me? It sounds like a bomb was heading up my head, right?
That's exactly it.
Right. It was like we were the bomb from us from the speed round.
It's a justice bomb, Brad.
Is that what
it's
it is?
It's a bomb of justice.
A bomb of justice. All right. Let's try to do some justice to some social media questions. It's something we like to call social media checking.
All right, our first one comes from Kennedy, and Kennedy is one of our Brad Squad members in the Brad Squad group. So that's why you get the first question of the day. And he says, I applied for asylum 3 years ago, and my case has not been heard. My case is in Chicago. I'm an international human rights advocate, and I feel trapped in this situation because I've lost opportunities to travel abroad for work. Is there a way to expedite an asylum case?
Just rewind about 1.5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Mandamus.
Mandamus. Our second question is from Chad, who said, should I file another I-130 even though the Adam Walsh Act will surely get me denied, or do what Homeland Security told me and do a denial sheet?
First of all, why would you file a new I-130? Because it's going to get denied again. In Adam Walsh, you do an Adam Walsh waiver, not a denial sheet. Denial sheet, that's what you do in Egypt, denial.
Denial.
Yes.
All right. Our third one, like I said, another reason why you should all join the Brad Squad group on Facebook, because they sent this in hours ago, but they are the third one being asked. So Exquisite First Lady Graham saying, if someone has a shoplifting charge, pleaded guilty, and paid a bond, how much will that affect her green card process? She's married recently to an American citizen, but she overstayed her B1, B2 visitor's visa.
Well, I don't know what she's going to plead guilty to. Well, what she will be found guilty of. So if she is in New York, for example, you're found guilty of a petty offense, petty theft, and no jail time. It's considered a petty offense under the Immigration Nationality Act. If that's your only conviction. It may affect moral character when you file your adjustment, but it's not inadmissible, it's not deportable. But again, it's what you're pleading guilty to. We don't know that yet. You cannot file for any green card while you have a pending criminal case. You must resolve it first. And before you resolve it, make sure you speak to an immigration attorney so that way you know what the effects are of pleading guilty to something. And then after the criminal case is done, then you can file for immigration.
Our next question comes from Joe, who said, can someone file for asylum after they've been in the country for the last 4 years?
Only if there's changed circumstances. So for example, if you came to the United States from your country and you came petrified because something bad was happening to you all those years in your country, and you escaped and you made it here to America, and 4 years later you wake up and you say, maybe I should apply for asylum. Too late. There's a 1 year statute of limitations on applying for asylum. The exception to that rule is changed circumstances. Either something changed in the country in terms of your safety, or in terms of the persecution of you, or something changed in your life. I'll give you the most basic example of that. You see that a lot is in two examples. One is where people come from countries where they persecute homosexuals, and the person comes to America and then comes out of the closet. Their family finds out that they're homosexual and then threaten them, or their life may be threatened, not by their family, but friends, neighbors, the government, whoever, if they return home. That's a changed circumstance. And you see that a lot. And the other changed circumstance is when somebody comes from a country and then they change their religion here. And then after they change their religion here, they go back to their country as in the new religion, then they could have a problem too. So you see those as changed circumstances a lot. Those are two typical changed circumstances.
All right, our next one comes from Queen of My Castle, Lee, saying, after marriage, what documents should I take into use so you can start the process of me getting my green card?
All right.
Yeah.
You need your marriage certificate. You need your birth certificate, your passport on how you entered America. You need your spouse's birth certificate, your spouse's naturalization certificate or passport. You need divorce decrees from prior spouses for both of you. You need death certificates. God forbid any of your prior spouses died. You need 3 years tax returns from your spouse, a job letter, and a bank letter.
Shama has a question on Instagram. I have an approved I-360 petition filed with USCIS and pending a final decision in December of this year. After waiting for a very long period of time subsequent to applying my I-31 advanced parole, I traveled to India due to a family emergency. Now, USCIS has sent me a fingerprinting notification 3 times to complete the approval of the I-131. Upon my inquiry with USCIS to try to actually return to the US, they now ask me to email CBP India, who is not responding. Is it actually going to be a problem with me returning to the US?
What does the person have at this moment?
So they have an approved I-360 petition, but did not have the I-131 advanced parole document in hand.
When they left?
When they left.
Okay.
They've been approved for it, but they haven't done any fingerprinting yet.
All right, so if you left the United States, you have an approved I-360, and you file the adjustment, and then you pick up and leave without the advanced parole in your hand, you have abandoned your adjustment. It's been denied. Whether they're sending you letters or not, under the law, you're now denied your adjustment. You're now in India. What you have is a denied adjustment in America and an approved I-360. You will then have to visa process for your green card through the I-360 in India. If you overstayed your time by more than a year, you have another problem because you have a 10-year bar, which you would need to file a waiver for. So you need a lawyer now.
Oh,
Yikes.
God.
Yes.
Oh, man.
What a
Yes.
ish.
All right, Chelsea Crawford.
By the way, moral to the story, don't leave when you have a pending adjustment without your advance parole.
Yeah.
And
Because once you leave without advance parole, it's by law adjustment denied.
is there anything when you've got like some sort of family emergency that forces you to go home? Is
You
there
go,
anything?
just like when you have an emergency and you need to renew your passport.
Mhm.
You go down to the passport office and get your passport done in a day. You go down to immigration with your emergency and get your advance parole.
Oh,
wow.
man.
Right? You don't leave the United States for emergency without your passport, right? It's the same thing.
That's true.
Damn.
All right, Chelsea Crawford saying, I love your show. Thank you for what you're doing for us. So-
My pleasure.
And she's an American citizen.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, my pleasure. I don't know why I just said it that way.
Why do you say it that way?
I don't know.
But you did
I just felt like being silly for a second.
pleasure.
My pleasure. I don't know. I just felt like being silly for a second.
Was that like Jerry Lewis?
Maybe.
I'm sure.
I would tell you, I was watching old Johnny Carson last night.
yeah.
Maybe that's
So maybe
why.
that
I
is
saw
exactly
him
around that
interview. I watched him interview Jerry Lewis, Eddie Murphy. I was telling you about
Yes,
Eddie
you were.
Murphy,
Mm-hmm.
right? I said, I can't, he's man's dead now, Johnny Carson. But I was saying, boy, he was asking Eddie Murphy like racist questions. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. You wouldn't get away with that these days.
No.
Sure wouldn't. Not with social
And I
media.
also watched him interview, who's the drunk guy who was friends with Frank Sinatra? He was always drunk. Dean Martin. Yes, he was drunk.
That's sad.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was always drunk. That
Really?
guy, Johnny
That's how
Carson.
he
Yeah.
died.
So
damn.
that's what I did last night, and then I'm like, all right, I had my fair share of Johnny Carson now for about 30 years.
There you go.
I don't need to watch him.
Right. All right. Chelsea Crawford saying, I'm an American citizen married to a Danish citizen. I'm currently in Copenhagen awaiting my family reunification visa. I can't work or do anything because I don't have a CPR number here, which is basically like an SSN number. I've been offered a job in the States, and now we want to apply for my husband to come to America. We're very much truly married, but do not have any bank accounts together. No shared apartment, even though we lived together because he owned the apartment before our marriage. What is the best way to prove our marriage is bona fide? Also, here in Denmark, I can stay while the visa is processing. Is there any way to have him in the States while he awaits the green
You file
card?
the I-130 visa petition. It'll take over a year. And then if you don't have proof, you have pictures together, you have proof that you lived in the same household in Denmark together, you show up on an interview and you answer their questions. That's how you prove it.
Yeah.
Whew. That's a lot of tough immigration systems, because I actually had a friend who was married to a Dane, and the Danish immigration system is just as adversarial as our immigration
Oh, really?
system. They're so hard to even
Yikes.
get through a spouse. It's crazy. Huh? Poor them, go them. Rookie says...
Get a lawyer.
Yeah, get a lawyer, my God. You guys have already
Don't mess-
gone through this once. My God, do
Okay.
this with a lawyer. My
Yeah.
God, yes. Rookie said, I'm filing an I-912 along with an I-131 while outside the U.S. Is it in any way going to negatively affect my humanitarian I-131? My reasons are temporary financial hardships due to medical bills for my child.
No.
All right, and our last one for now, it comes from Ahmed saying, if your birthdays are different, for example, if your passport says June 11th, 2019, and you have different from it, what should you do to continue?
You can't submit one or the other's wrong. Whether intentionally or negligently, you got wrong documents. You can't be born on 2 different days. Straighten it out. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do? No, I was born in September and I was born in October. Well, what is it, pal?
Which one is
Right.
it?
Which one is it?
Right.
Meanwhile, remember our grannies who traveled?
Oh, yeah.
Right, remember grannies who traveled?
The granny caravan.
Yeah, granny caravan. Well,
Yeah.
one of our grannies, Sharon Kutz-Mellem, who was a member of the granny caravan.
Yeah. She had that purple hair.
Yeah, right.
She
If
rocked
you remember,
purple
it's all part of a nonprofit that provides support for asylum seekers and immigrants who have migrated to the United States. And last summer, Sharon was a correspondent for Bradshaw Live. And she traveled with the group to McAllen, Texas, where the largest U.S. detention center is located for immigrants. And they went there to protest the U.S. government's zero-tolerance policy. Well, Sharon is still active with Grannies Respond, and she joined us recently to fill us in on what's been going on with the Grannies. Let's watch. Last summer, a group known as Grannies Respond, Abuelas Responden, they put out a call on social media for others to join them in a 6-city, 2,000-mile trip to McAllen, Texas, home of the largest U.S. detention center for undocumented immigrants, where they planned a protest of the U.S. government's zero-tolerance policy separating children from their parents at the United States-Mexico border. Sharon Kutz-Mellem is a member of Grannies Respond and was a correspondent for Bradshaw Live, giving us updates every day on the Grannies' progress and experiences as they made their way to Texas. Today, Sharon joins me to give an update on what these amazing Grannies have been up to since their caravan. Welcome back, Sharon. And I want you to know that your segments, the Grannies Respond, was one of the most well-received segments that we've done on our show in the year and a half that we've been on and doing this. So congratulations. What you guys did down there was uplifting to many, many people and encouraging as well. So remind us a little bit about what Grannies Respond did and how the group formed.
Well, it was sort of, we saw people being separated from their children at the border, and we were horrified. And within 5 weeks, we organized grannies and grampies and other compassionate people across the country. We had 142 vehicles. We stopped at detention centers, and when we got to McAllen, Texas, we did 24 hours of action and community service. What we learned was it was worse than we thought. And as we rounded up our trip, we asked our partners, Angry Tias and Abuelas, to tell us what they wanted us to do when we got back. And what that was to meet asylees as they traveled through the bus stations.
Now, you were an embedded correspondent. You were giving us updates every day from the Granny Caravan. Can you give me quickly the cities that you went through and what you did quickly in each city? And tell me what was the most memorable thing, other than obviously being on Bradshaw Live. What was the most memorable experience that you had?
We went through Mobile, New Orleans, which was really fun because we had a funeral march to say adios to racism and the cruelty at the border. We went to Houston. We went to Dilley Detention Center.
That's right. And they didn't let you in. I remember that.
And they didn't let us in. And then we got to McAllen. And in Mobile, it was pretty moving, too, because we went to the museum. It's a focus on slavery, and I don't remember the name of it, but there were just this huge metal sculpture of hanging pieces of metal that represented every single Black person that had been hung in our history. And it was very overpowering with tears for all of us, because we really felt a kinship as we were heading to the border, because we feel like we're on the cusp of something historically similar.
You started helping immigrants at bus stops. Tell me what you know after somebody, an asylum seeker, comes in. I assume they don't have any money in their pocket. They have the clothes on their back. They pass a credible fear interview. The United States opens the door and says, okay, go in. What happens?
They dump them at bus stations. There's no pattern of how these folks are being released from detention. None whatsoever. In El Paso, they got 4,300 just dumped on them a couple of months ago. They just opened the doors and let everybody out. They can't get out of detention unless they have the name of someone, their sponsor or a family member or a church or something that's going to be able to supply them with an address so court can keep track of them.
So they get a bus ticket, not from ICE, not from the government, but from some from some person in America. ICE drops them off at a bus station, presuming that they could read a bus sign. They may not even speak English. How do they get around? What do? Are they walking in circles? Do they even know what bus to get on?
That's why we have the Grannies, and we're part of a very loose coalition. There's a group in Brownsville that isn't Grannies. There are groups in bus stations all over this country doing what we do. And we have sort of a network in which we call each other. Our particular routes in Louisville, a lot of the people end up in New York, New Jersey, and Maine. So they are dependent on the kindness of the people in the bus stations to help them figure out their schedules. We travel with things like laminated maps. Not all of us speak Spanish. We use Google Translate to help, and we usually start by showing them this is where you are. And some of the bus drivers are very kind. The bus station masters are very kind. But this is a person-to-person endeavor of humanitarian kindness.
What you're calling this in totality, I understand, is the Overground Railroad.
Correct.
And what you're saying is from the time they get released, they get a bus ticket. They have to switch buses 5 times just to make it to Louisville, Kentucky, which is only halfway to where they want to go, New York, New Jersey, Maine, if they're coming up to the Northeast. How do you know how many asylum seekers are on this bus? Where are you stationed?
It's downtown Louisville, and we have sort of a phone tree thing that happens on a WhatsApp. We get heads up if people are coming without shoes. For example, we had a pregnant woman who they thought was about ready to deliver, and they called us, and they called Nashville and said, heads up, you might be calling an ambulance or delivering a baby.
How do you know to get people off the bus that they're getting in the right place? I mean, the bus shows up, they say, okay, Louisville, Kentucky, everybody off who's going to Louisville, Kentucky. You know, do you walk on the bus and say, asylum seekers, follow me? I mean, how do you know, maybe somebody knows, maybe they don't realize to get off the bus.
In theory, we have this sign. Can you see it?
No, go this way. Yeah, now I see it. Ah, I see. Right, families who need help.
Yeah, and I have my own little shtick that I do. I say, hoy soy tu abuela, today I am your grandmother. And sometimes the bus driver invites us on because they require all of them to get off, and sometimes the bus drivers don't speak Spanish.
Right. Tell me the process of what happens after you find an asylum seeker, they're on the bus, they've got nothing, they get off the bus. What are you doing for them?
Well, we sort of know who they are because they come with a brown envelope, and that's their papers, their documentation. We have a group of grannies and grampies who are at a table or off to the side, and they're waving as I motion them forward. And with their tickets are sometimes 12 pages, that open and open and open. And you explain to them, okay, this is where you're going to make a transfer, and we show them on the map.
Right.
And we have to work really quickly because a lot of times the buses are late and they only have 10 or 15 minutes.
Do you do this every day?
We do it twice a day, 7 days a week. And I do the morning buses, not all of them. We went with 4 volunteers a couple of weeks after we got back, myself, 3 other people that went to the border with us, and we now have 130 volunteers. But it would be less complicated if we were allowed to help people navigate their way and give them a little food. But that's not the way it is. And in Louisville, we had one really hateful person, and we had to develop a policy: do not engage, get your people back on the bus, send somebody over to the station manager and report that you're being harassed, and then vacate the bus station. So that's our action plan if we have a vile Trumpy who's screaming, why are you helping these illegals and not us? And, so on and so forth. So
now, have you seen a change in how the government is treating them at the border? Different, and I'm sure it changes with every administration, but do you see noticeable changes?
Don't get me started.
I had to ask the question, I know.
I have never seen such inhumane treatment in my life of human beings, of our brothers and sisters, of, oh, by the way, whose land we stole.
Can you give me an example or 1 or 2 examples of some of the inhumane treatment that you have witnessed or that you have heard firsthand from an asylum?
Sometimes we hear that we are the first smiling face in America that they have seen. This will make me sit in the car and cry every single time.
They made it to Louisville and never saw a smiling person.
I know. Right. And then we hear about the cold. They're always so very, very cold. They talk about their experiences of being thrown into the icebox. Ankle bracelets. We had to look for a while somebody was putting on ankle bracelets so tight that we thought we were going to have to send people to the emergency room.
God.
That stopped.
Right.
But we were documenting it, taking pictures of it, and we have this wonderful nun in El Paso who knows people in ICE.
Right.
She manages to, get some stuff changed. So, that's what we do.
If somebody wanted to donate, what is your GoFundMe if somebody wanted to donate to help you and your organization?
If you go to granniesrespond.org, that's a brand new thing that just happened last week. There's a drop-down menu, and they can designate for which city. Thank you for reminding me that.
Well, Sharon Kutz-Mellem, you're doing a fantastic job. We love having you on the show. We hope you come back soon. Congratulations on just helping people.
It's good to be a helper.
Thank you very much for joining us and filling us in on how the grannies are doing. Appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, Julian, give me 3.5 minutes and something we like to call the speed round. I'm going to answer how many questions in 3.5 minutes?
15.
15 questions in 3.5 minutes. Saw Julian earlier walking around with the head of Groundhog Sam.
Really?
Yes.
Just walking around with it?
He just walks around with it.
Literally, he waits for the show to start and he has nothing to do and he gets very antsy.
Mhm.
So he just does some laps with the head.
Yeah, you can't pry it out of his hands at that point.
Why?
You can't pry it out of his hands
I
at that
can't.
point.
I
No,
can't.
So he just holds it and,
just holds it and walks
takes
around.
lap. Okay.
And sometimes he slowly caresses it.
No,
Like a
I've
Mr.
never.
Goodness.
That's fake news. I have never seen him caress anything. That is just not true. He just walks around with it all the time. It's like I don't know what.
So him caressing it is fake news, but him walking around with it is
That's
actually
totally true. Totally true. All right, you ready? By the way, I don't think he's going to start the clock now.
We'll never. He's going to blow us up on minute 15.
Exactly. All right, on Kim's question.
Beryl said, I'm a U.S. citizen who married a Jamaican in 2017. I filed for his green card while he was in Jamaica, and he received his visa and came to the U.S. in 2018. Now he received his 2-year temporary green card. When exactly should I file for his 10-year?
90 days before the expiration of his 2-year.
Anything Goes Media is saying, my wife is an American citizen. We've been married for 5 years in August. I'm currently in the U.S. We recently filed the I-130. It's pending now, filing her taxes alone. Will it be a problem because I'm unable to work?
Yes, it's a problem. You got to file joint tax returns whether you work or not.
Gloria said, I'm a permanent resident here from May. How long will I have to stay here before I visit Jamaica?
1 day.
Olowa Bimbua says, if someone filed an F4 visa for his sister 14 years ago, is the unmarried child of his sister, who is now 25 years old ago, also eligible for a visa? She was 11 when the I-130 petition was filed.
Eligible for a visa for what type of visa? For the green card still?
F4,
Sure.
yeah.
For the F4? I don't know. There's Child Status Protection Act and there's a mathematical formula. I would have to look at the approved I-130 to figure that one out.
Kelly said, if a person attempts to use a U.S. passport but has no record and it can't be found, now they're married to a U.S. citizen and has a daughter born in America, what should that person do?
Speak to a lawyer and stop admitting to crimes on the internet.
Janelle saying, my husband was arrested in the border. It's been 6 years. We got married. I'm a legal U.S. citizen. What could I do? We've been married for 4 years. He was arrested in 2013.
Go see a lawyer. He's going to need a waiver to come back.
Tommy said, how long can we stay out of the country when traveling with a refugee travel document?
Not more than a month or two.
Jenny is saying, how long does NBC process I-130, I-765, and I-485?
Anywhere from 6 months to 3 years.
Change name said, my husband and I still live with his grandma, so no bills come in our name. What are some strong pieces of evidence that we should take on our interview?
Bills addressed to the both of you, bank accounts, tax returns, photos of you together with friends and family, and a letter from grandma saying she rents you a place.
Utkar saying, can a green card holder file for a mandamus for his spouse with pending I-130 with PDD?
Yes.
November 20th.
I don't know what PDD means.
Priority date.
Priority date for November 20th.
If it's more
2017.
Yes.
Scarlett said, if they want to file a K-1 but don't reside in their country of birth, will they have an issue? The person was born in Nigeria but resides in South Africa for 10 years due to violence. Should they do the CR1? Fiance is a U.S. citizen.
Yes, but you may, unless you're legally residing in South Africa as a lawful resident, you're going to have to go back to Nigeria to pick up your visa.
Marge Higgs is asking for a friend. Can her 21-year-old citizen son mail her petition 2 weeks before he is 21?
No, you gotta
What
be 21.
forms?
No, you got to be 21.
Prosper said, my friend's interview is coming up this week, but the petitioner, which is the wife, isn't working and also collects food stamps. Is that going to affect him?
Absolutely. It's government assistance.
Shelly saying, got a letter from DHS saying I should create an online account. I'm filing for my son in Jamaica. My husband is a U.S. citizen, filing for him, age 7. Do I have to create an account?
Yep.
Esther said, is there a waiver for permanent ban due to misrepresentation?
Yes, there is.
Woo!
One more. One more. Go, go, go.
Allie saying okay, Ben saying how long one wait to get a receipt after filing the I-485?
2 weeks, but we did it anyway.
Woo woo!
We did 16.
Was that not?
That was 16.
That was 16
We had.
Why did I think we were
Julie,
going?
I was like, we did it.
Clock in 18 seconds.
That's my bad.
That's just extra
right.
credit.
Extra
there you
credit.
go.
Extra credit.
I totally thought we were going to 16.
You scared me. I'm like, oh, I'm about to mess it up for everybody.
No, and you see how calm everybody was today?
We did.
It was very
That's
calm.
what happens when you're calm. Then
it
it's
was very
okay.
calm. We weren't like freaking.
We weren't freaking.
Right?
I just freaked at the very end.
Yeah,
you did for no reason. You
For
scared
no
me.
reason
My
at
heart
all.
is like.
I did. I scared. I scared me. I had to like reach over because the next one was really long. So I was like, no, not that one. We'll never make it.
All right. Comments of the day, Julian. Comments of the day. What do we got? Belgium Kim and Yana the Yo-Yo Elias.
We've got a whopping 4 comments of the day today.
Okay.
Our first one was Jessica Kalimi, who was talking about that 10,000 subscriber YouTube party, Brad. Too bad I'm all the way in Philly to make it to that party.
Well, we're going to party here if we're at 10,000 tomorrow. That is for sure.
Also, that's a really easy train bus situation, Jessica.
We're going to have a party. We're having a party at 10,000.
If we get there.
Right, if we get there.
Right. All right, our second comment of the day comes from Global Fair Contractor saying, I just subscribed. I'm glued to your show every evening on my work computer. Hope I don't get fired. I love you guys. BJ from Dallas.
Wow, and I'm going to tell you something. He is a very fair contractor. Everybody should use BJ. He's very, very fair. He only charges you exactly what the drywall costs, nothing more.
And hopefully he's not charging you while he's watching
That's
right. Change Name has a great idea, and I'm calling on all of the Brad Squad creatives. Brad, we need to make a song for Mandamus.
A song.
Get it, Brad. No one develops a song quicker and better than you.
A song right now?
Right now, Mandamus song.
What?
Oh, Lord. He loves this.
He does.
Well,
he lives for these moments.
I have to make up a song right on. What do I look like? Who's that guy on What's My Line? What's his name?
Wayne Brady.
What do I look like? Wayne Brady?
Wayne Brady. That's true. Wayne Brady would kill this.
He's amazing
He
in
is,
that.
yeah.
What's this? What has it go? Mandamus? Maybe something like that? Mandamus. Da 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 da. Mandamus. Da 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 da. How's that?
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good off the top of my head, right?
That started to sound a lot like
like my Sharona. Right, exactly what Just goes, that's my Sharona.
Sharona.
Exactly, it was Bob Davis.
Oh, God. All right.
Lastly, every day they're going to ask me to make up a song now,
right?
See, you done got yourself in trouble. Our last comment of the day for the new week is from Acid Lindo saying, woo, it's kind of racy. I'm getting ready for church and Brad and the squad is in the shower with me. Dang, I hope you didn't see nothing.
Oh my God. Wait.
Acid Lindo.
She's getting, wait. How does she have church and we're in the shower with her at the same time?
That's why she's going to church.
Yes,
she needs some Jesus after us.
We're very holy here. Hallelujah. Thank you.
All right, so hopefully we reach 10,000 subscribers tomorrow on YouTube for our big party. Let's keep our fingers crossed. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?